Architecture is about protecting, sustaining, beautifying, and enhancing life. The buildings we reside, work, and gather in shape the way we live and the way we see the world. As I have lived in Berlin for the past 6 weeks, I have found myself profoundly moved by the architecture here. The modernist buildings in particular use light and shape in an incredibly interesting way. The works of one of Berlin's most famous modern architects, Mies van der Rohe, have proven to be some of my favorites in the city, so I wanted to focus on his life and career in Berlin for this project. Maria Ludwig Michael Mies was born on March 27, 1886 in Aachen, Germany. He was the son of a stonesman and worked for his father before becoming an apprentice for famed German architects Bruno Paul and Peter Behrens. Through Behrens, Mies was introduced to the Deutscher Werkbund, a collective of architects and furniture designers. Their focus was on innovative, machine-made buildings and a man-made environment. These are the foundational ideas of the modern architecture movement. After serving as an enlisted man in World War I, Mies returned to Berlin in 1918. The establishment of the Weimar Republic spurred the modernist movement forward, aided by the establishment of the Bauhaus Art School. Mies joined the November Group, a group of modernist artists who took its name from the November Revolution in 1918. In 1922, he changed his name, adopting his mother's maiden Rohe and adding the Vander. During this time, he also designed an expressionist memorial to Karl Liebknecht and Rosa Luxemburg, which was unfortunately destroyed by the Nazis in 1933. In 1930, Mies was appointed as director of the Bauhaus School in Dessau, beginning his academic career. Not long after, the school was forcibly closed by the Nazis, also in 1933. Mies van der Rohe rose to prominence in the architecture and academic world throughout the Weimar Republic and beyond. For the sake of time, personal interest, and relevance to the city of Berlin, I will focus on two of his most notable buildings in the city. The first building is the Lemke, or Mies van der Rohe House. Located in the Weißensee district of Berlin, the area surrounding the house is quite peaceful, almost suburban. Commissioned by Martha and Karl Lemke between 1932 and 1933, the house was built on a budget of only 16,000 marks or 61,000 euros today. This simplicity is reflected in the design, but don't mistake that for it being a boring or uninteresting building. The geometric, L-shaped design reflects many modernist trends like symmetrical shapes and clear forms. The large glass windows let light flood in each room. The Mies van der Rohe house employs the architect's artistic mantra of less is more in the most beautiful and thoughtful way. The house is a free museum and features rotating art exhibits. It is accompanied by a gorgeous garden, which was also designed by Mies, and sits on the idyllic Obersee Lake. The Mies van der Rohe house is the last residential building designed by the architect in Berlin, and the last one Mies designed before fleeing the Nazis and going to the United States. The second and more famous Mies van der Rohe building in Berlin is the New National Gallery. This is a modern art museum in Mitte, and a center of the Berlin cultural landscape. Built from 1965 to 1968, the design of the New National Gallery features Mies's iconic skin and bones architectural style. There is a transparent skin of windows through which one can see the bones of a steel frame. This building is angular and defined in the same way that the Mies van der Rohe house is, but with a grander presence. The large windows provide the gallery works with lots of wonderful natural light, and the outdoor sculpture garden area allows museum goers to enjoy the fresh air and look at the art through the glass. The New National Gallery takes pride in its design, with a plaque explaining Mies's innovative work. The gift shop also features Mies van der Rohe merch, including a magnet with "Less is More" written on it. The New National Gallery is Mies's last solo work before his death in 1969. Both the Mies van der Rohe house and the New National Gallery are important to the cultural and architectural history of Berlin. They distinctly and beautifully represent the specific vision of Mies van der Rohe. His designs give life and meaning to buildings that are admired and enjoyed well after their creation. The work of Mies van der Rohe highlights the simplicity of the buildings without sacrificing beauty, creativity, or elegance. In the man's own words, less is more.